podcast. I'm your host, GGsits, where we speak all things beauty and business. Oh my God, my next guest. She is from Atlanta, Georgia, honey. She is a top brow artist and educator. She specializes in permanent makeup. She is a lash expert. She is misput that shit on. Okay? She is just everything. She has her own jewelry line, and she is just amazing, a beautiful person, and I just cannot wait to introduce Mrs. Summer.
Hey, how are you?
Girl,
how are you?
I am so happy to get you on here.
Thank you for having me.
Because my husband, he was just like, why haven't you had Summer on there? I said, now you know I'm gonna get Summer on there. Don't play.
This family.
Yeah.
This family's 20 years in.
Yeah.
We
so
good.
I was just like, Summer, you are from Atlanta.
I am.
I don't know if people know that about you because you're just so fashionable.
Thank
I don't know if
you.
people think you from New York or somewhere else, but
Thank
you are
you.
from here.
I am. From Decatur. I'm from Decatur, Georgia.
Where is greater?
Wait, there you go.
Yeah, where is greater?
Yes.
So, Summer, where this fashion come from? Have you always been like this as a child?
I think it's been since I was a child.
Okay.
Only because it's crazy, and this is not a great thing to say, but when I was in school as a kid, my mom would award me to go to the mall for making good grades or doing something big. So, let's go shopping. And I've always just loved fashion. I never wanted toys. I always wanted sneakers. I never wanted toys.
Really?
Maybe when I was really little, but maybe from honestly 5 and up, I wanted clothes all the time. So it's just in me. It makes me happy. That's my little happy space.
Wow.
I love it. Absolutely.
So this is what I did not know about you. You went to school for communications?
I did. Communications major. I went to Savannah State. It was good. It just wasn't my calling. Once I got into the workforce after college, I was just I'm not happy. That's not my passion. But I thought I was going to be a news anchor long term. I thought that was going to be my calling. And once I got into it,
doing it.
I thought so too.
Yeah.
But once I got into it, I was like, I don't like it.
Yeah.
It's cool, but it just wasn't for me.
Yeah.
It didn't pull at my heartstrings.
Yeah. And I feel like you have to be happy with what you're doing.
Absolutely.
It's not just all about the money.
Absolutely.
Right? So you want to love what you do and make the money. I think people get it twisted. If you make a certain amount of money,
then you're happy.
You're not happy.
Absolutely not. No, that's a fact. Absolutely not.
Yeah. So you want to do something that is not going to really feel like work.
Right.
Or you're aligned with it.
There you go.
So when me and Summer first met, Summer was modeling and doing a lot of beauty campaigns.
Yeah.
You participated a lot in Bronner Brothers. You worked with Luster Hair Care.
Yeah.
So how do we go from modeling to actually being kind of behind the chair of servicing clients?
Well, the modeling came into, I went to a casting randomly, and my agent was like, go to this modeling casting. I was like, I really don't feel like it, but I'll go. He was like, just go. So I went, and I was way in the back, and someone came out and was like, you come to the front. So I'm like, okay, that's fine. And I got chosen for Luster's pink hair care products. So I did their national campaign and also their boxes. The perm box.
You on a hair care box?
I'm on a hair care boxes.
That was goals back in the day.
Yeah, that was goals.
Yeah,
right.
It was
goals.
How I get on there?
So once I did that, I did the campaign, did the magazines. That was cool. And then I just fell in love with kind of more behind the scenes. I like making women beautiful.
Okay.
That's my thing. It's like a creation for me. I can look at you ooh, if she had these brows and a bad lash and a lip gloss, I can envision what I want a person to look like. And I was like, let me step back, really focus on aesthetics, went to hair school. I said, let me do this. And it just evolved.
So you went from going to school, and were you doing hair first?
I was doing hair first.
Okay, so tell us about the hair journey and then go into the lashes.
Okay, so I was working as an assistant for Derek J. Hey, Derek, how are you?
Hey, Derek.
I was working for him as an assistant, basically a shampoo girl.
Okay.
Right? And then I was learning as I go. And then my friend Willie, he was specialized in short hair. So I was like, teach me how to do short hair. Like, I love it.
Rest in peace, Willie.
That's my best friend. Yeah. Rest in peace to him.
Don't be here crying.
Right. But he taught me how to do short hair. Yeah. And I was like, okay, cool. So I stayed with them for a couple years. And I was like, I want to do something on my own. And I opened up a brick and mortar with a business partner at the time. That was off 2115, my first one. We stayed there for 2 years. And the business dynamic just did not work for me. One, I'm a worker bee. Right? So I'm going to go out, market, do the actual clients. That's who I am.
Right.
My business partner wasn't really focused on that. So it was like, it just wasn't aligned. So I was like, let me, pull back and do my own thing.
Okay.
And I was doing my own thing ever since.
Period.
Boom,
and so
there you go.
Originally, Summer was doing lashes. And I think you had a brow class at your brick and mortar.
Yes.
And that's when you realized, I can do this. No one really understood.
Yes.
Because she was Asian.
Yes.
And nobody could really understand what she was saying. Is that what made you say, let me do this?
Well, initially, I met a young lady in a nail shop that had her brows done.
Okay.
A Vietnamese lady. And I was like, your brows are so pretty. And I was like, what are they? She was like, they're tattooed on. And I was like, I want to get mine done. Can you introduce me to the person that did it, which was her aunt. So her aunt did it, Vietnamese, and I wanted to learn, but she wasn't really good at speaking English. So my first brow class was with Everlast.
Oh,
they were out the UK. Okay. So I went to New York and took a class there. That was just microblading.
I remember that.
Yeah. We weren't even doing shading at the time.
I remember that.
And then I did that for like 2 years, and then that's when I met Ann.
Yes.
And she taught me
Shout
how
out to Ann.
Hey, Ann.
The OG. She done taught a lot of us.
Right. And then she taught me how to do shading.
Okay.
And it just took off from there. But initially how I met Ann is I met her, I guess it was her niece at the time.
Nice.
And she had her brows done. I was like, girl, show me.
Ann was the girl that everybody went to initially for the tattoo, right?
Yeah, it was a big thing. So I was like, girl, show me how to do this. And I took over. I was like, I'm out of here.
But I feel like, I don't know. I feel like once you start doing brows, it's like you opened up a salon space that was huge. It had a meeting room. You had salon suites.
Yeah, so, it was like 2,500 square feet.
Yeah. So what was the initial concept when you got the building?
When I got the building, I really didn't know what I was doing. To be honest, I just wanted to break away from my partnership that I had, and at the time that was available. So I was like, okay, let's try it. And the building itself was so expensive. It was so crazy. But I went in, I prayed about it. I called my mom. I was like, should I do it? So she came in, she prayed with me over the space. I was like, okay, I can do it. So I told the people, like, I think I can handle it. Let's do it. Signed the lease. I was in there working by myself with no furniture.
I remember because I came up there and I was like, whoa.
It was massive. It was massive. And I had zero furniture. I had a bed, my lash bed, and a chair. Nothing. And it was 2,500 square feet. Every room was empty. The whole building was empty. Just me and my bed. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to work, invest my money, buy furniture, buy equipment. And then I called my best friend Willie at the time. I was like, come over here. And then everybody just started coming. And it just filled up. I was there for that location for 7 years.
Whoa. So what advice could you give someone that is interested in a brick and mortar? Because I feel like that's totally different from having a suite. The responsibility.
Oh, it's a lot. It's a lot. I think what I would give is really be structured. What I did not know going in is that with a brick and mortar, you have to sign at least a 5-year lease, right? At least. They want you to have 6 months of your rent in an account sitting. So they make sure you can take care of it. That's a lot of responsibility. At the time, my lease was $6,000 a month. Ooh. So I would I had my money sitting, but I was a little smarter because I was just working so much and doing classes. And that's where I got the money from. I got the money from the classes. The money was good. You can make $10,000 to $15,000 in a class. Yeah. So I would just stack my class money and put that aside and just operate on my my clientele money. So I had it sitting, but it's a lot. It's a lot of responsibility. Having 6 months of rent that just make sure that it's taken care of. At all times. And then with the brick and mortar and the salon suite, you can't guarantee the happiness of your tenant, right?
Did you ever have a high
turnover? Absolutely. Anything that went wrong, they would leave. Oh, if the pipes burst one day, and I'm not a plumber. So if I have to call someone to come and get the pipes done, just give me a couple hours and wait until it's fixed. I can't fix it. I'm not a plumber. Yeah. So they didn't understand the business aspect of it. Okay. But yet, every time I turn around, you're working day to day But yet, Friday, Saturday comes, you don't have booth rent.
Baby, me and you would be in LA and you'd be like, what you doing there? You ain't paid me
Why
for the
don't
week.
you have your booth rent? My booth rent was $250 to $300 per week.
That's good for Buckhead.
For Buckhead. I'm by the shops of Buckhead. So it's like,
literally,
your one client as a sew-in can pay your booth rent. You're working all week. And then Saturday comes when it's time to pay. Oh, Summer, my mom's sick. Oh, my rent. Oh, my car about to get repoed. What are you doing with your money? And that's what I didn't like.
Okay.
It was just a lot of stress for me. I personally would not open up another one. I don't want a big space anymore. Okay. I'm really, really happy where I am.
Okay.
Yeah.
For me.
Yeah.
I love that. So I feel like what people don't know about you is that you were once on a reality show.
Middle finger to my whole life.
For the love of Ray J.
I was.
And I was just like, oh my God, look at Summer.
I was, what, 20?
You were a baby. 25?
Yeah. And I auditioned for that. I don't know why I even did that. It was fun. I moved to LA for a few months, filmed the reality show. It was cool. I left because my father was passing of cancer. He got diagnosed while I was there. And I was just like, this is not a priority to me. Let me leave. Yeah. But the bookings afterwards, like the publicity you get from reality TV and the bookings were so beneficial. I didn't work, meaning in a salon, for like 2 years after I did reality TV. I would only do bookings.
Wow.
So it worked. It worked for me.
That was good.
Yeah, but I was young.
But y'all were on, like, you know how they would do like the paparazzi or whatever. I was like, oh, look at Summer, like on TMZ, girl. Y'all was like, y'all shopping or something like that. You know?
I was young, so I was like, let's just have fun and do. I don't know if I would necessarily do something like that as far in a dating space right now, but it benefited me for where I was in my life at that time.
Yeah. And then now, you know, you come into doing permanent makeup and you just take off, right? So now you're teaching classes, you're on tour. Where did you have the support of your friends and family when you decided that, you know, you are going to be a full-fledged entrepreneur and you're no longer doing the other things? You are just, this is your career.
My mom, hey mommy, my mom was not the most supportive at the time. And we joke about it now, but she used to be like, girl, you have a degree, you gonna do eyebrows for a living? I'm like, I sure am. That's exactly what I'm gonna do. And then once I really did it and became successful in it, then say she wants something, like, you know, this is brown money you said I wasn't going to. You know, this refrigerator is this brown money. So now she's like, she's happy. She, you know, I bought my home. I did all my big life goals with doing brows. So it worked. But at first it's scary because our money is not guaranteed, right? An entrepreneur broke and a 9-to-5 broke, completely different. We could be dead broke, like on our back broke. If you have a 9-to-5, which shout out to those that do, they still have something to look forward to. They know they're going to make whatever amount of money at the end of the week. We don't know that.
That's true.
So you're like, you're taking a gamble at yourself, with yourself. So it works now. But at first, my family was like, girl, you crazy. It's no way.
Yeah, because I just feel like, you know, I had a discussion on Instagram, you know, just random, talking about how the beauty industry is shifting. And it seemed like people don't remember when what we do was not really respected as a career.
And it's still really not.
Okay.
We're looked at like the help.
Yeah. Like, it's just like, we're robots. We're the help. I remember telling my mom, you know, right after high school, I wanted to go to cosmetology school. And she was like, after you get your bachelor's,
you going to school first. Because that's how our parents, that's how our parents were. They believe go and get a job and then do whatever else, but secure the job first.
Right.
Yeah.
And so I just felt like some of my friends at the time was just kind of like, oh, you know, Gigi, she do makeup, you know, she does brows, you know, but you know, you don't have a career. You don't have a job.
Did you feel supported with your friends?
In the beginning, yes.
Oh, that's good.
In the beginning,
that's a blessing.
But it started to shift once I was just like really serious about it, and people started saying, "Oh, you Gigi, you do brows, you do makeup." You know, it was different because I think people root for you when you are the underdog.
Absolutely.
But once you have arrived, you are a perfect Summer. It's like, I don't know if I really like that.
I don't know if I like her.
Right, because
she's doing too much.
Yeah. So it's like some kind of shift happens, and you are evolving, you are growing. And I feel like your friends, because they're so close to you, some of them have a ceiling for you where they didn't expect you to go certain places on your own without a man.
Yeah.
So it's different when you're getting stuff from a man.
Absolutely.
But when you can walk into that store and buy
do it
that,
yourself,
it's like, well, wait a minute, I don't know if I like that.
Yeah, yeah.
So I feel like
lost
it
a friendship because of that.
Yeah.
Like a childhood friendship.
What happened?
Because of that. I think she did really well in her space. She's in a beauty space now, but as far as products. And I was still on the upcoming as brow and entrepreneur. And I think she felt like she wanted to be the head of the friendship as far as financially.
Okay.
And then when we got neck and neck, like I can buy the same thing you can buy. I have a Range Rover, you have one too. Like you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You got a house, I got a house too. So I felt like she felt a certain way. And it was always small little digs. You know, I'm the first person to, girl, I don't play that. I'm the first person to say, you know what, I don't like that.
You don't play the radio.
I don't play that. So I just had to address it head on. Like, what is the issue?
And
I
what
felt
did she say?
she didn't. Oh, it's nothing like that. It is like that. Because you're always digging at me on what I'm doing, what I have. I just felt like she wanted to be the more successful financial friend.
Okay.
And that wasn't the case all the time. Like it, but I think the thing is, even with us, right? We've gone on tour and made plenty of money together.
Yeah.
We've never had an issue. It's never been a financial jealousy. Like, oh, you made this much, I made we never felt that way.
Yeah.
And some friends just can't handle that.
That's true.
And in that space, I was like, let this go. So,
Okay.
you know.
Was
just
it
when I
hard for you to let it go?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
Because once I feel it,
it's over.
it's over.
Okay.
It's
But
over
if you
for
don't
me.
feel it, you kind of in the gray area.
Yes.
I think that's how I am too.
Yeah.
But once I feel it, then I'm like, okay,
It's over with.
official.
Yeah.
With a man or
Oh, you know, I'm
family
out.
or friend.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And then also, we can't shop with everybody.
Definitely can't shop with everybody.
So I feel like, y'all, Summer is one of those people. I would say I only have 2 girlfriends that I can shop with, and Summer is one of them. And I realized that when I was out with somebody, you know, and I was just like, oh, this is kind of awkward, right? Because like when you see something, you're like, yeah, so I'm gonna get that one, and I'm gonna get that one.
Yeah.
And they're there.
They like this.
And I was like,
You getting both of those?
right.
Well, how much are they? Girl, why you worried about how much
Okay.
Don't do that.
Right.
Don't count my pockets down.
Right.
I'm asking how much stuff
Right.
is. And we never was like that.
Never.
So I like friendships like that. That's genuine.
Yeah.
It's no
It's
like
not competitive.
It's not
It's not
competitive.
catty.
It's like that's my dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I feel like
that.
a lot of people don't know that about us. Right?
They'll get
it's
it.
like, y'all don't, baby, y'all have no idea.
Yeah.
We be kiki.
Yeah.
We be kiki.
Yeah.
You know? But I'm just so proud of you because
Thank you,
I've
friend.
just seen your growth from the beginning.
Thank you.
You know? And you have a lot of new things going on. You want to share it with us?
I'm trying. So I'm working on nursing school, right?
Oh.
Yeah,
You've talked about that.
for so long,
Yeah.
right? I started and I quit. I was a quitter at that time. That's one thing I have not finished that I need to.
But you always go back to it.
I always go back to it. So the goal is to finish nursing school, and I want to open up a full med spa that does filler and Botox, right? I have a lot of my clients as doctors and nurses, and they told me, they was like, I think that's great for you to do, right? But you're such a worker bee. You feel like that you should go to school so you can do it hands-on.
Right,
And I
yourself.
think that's a part of me that needs to change because I'm so nervous of someone walking out on me and me not being able to do a service that they have the knowledge to do. So I'm working on doing that because you can just be an owner. That's fine. So
But
I
it's
can open it
scary,
up. It's
you know,
scary.
Because you're used to you doing
Hands
stuff.
on.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm a little controlling. Like, I'm a control freak. So I need to like
Are
put
you?
girl, yes. I need to put my hands on it. I need to make sure this is gonna go the way I need it to go.
Okay.
So I'm working on it. But yes, I'm doing that. Working on my med spa. I have a hair oil now.
Okay, so look, I've been seeing the content for it. I love it. But I was like, is this Summer's oil?
Yeah, so I made it.
What?
Yeah, it's called Velvet Pixie. So it's always for the pixie girls that want that really pretty shine on your hair.
I love it.
It's
You have
all
it on
natural. I
today?
have it on today. It's all natural. So that's been really, I'm really happy about
Okay,
it.
'cause I've seen a lot of hair content, and I'm like, okay, this looks good.
I'm trying, child.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah, you have earrings.
I have earrings, accessories, earrings,
Yeah.
necklaces, and that's going well. I haven't really pushed it as much as I should because I have, to work and the oil and that. But it's something that I enjoy.
Now, you know what I'm about to bring up.
What?
You are such a fashionista. Anybody that is following Summer on social media, you guys know that she kills and she eats down.
Thank you.
And I was like, why don't you have a product line or your own clothes? Was that ever an idea for you?
I don't want to.
Really?
I don't want a clothing line. Everybody says you should. I don't want a clothing line. Now, what I would like to do is be a brand ambassador of a website or a clothing line like Farfetch or a Revolve or a Adidas. I don't necessarily know if I want. I'm creative, but I'm not creative enough to say I'm a sketch out a design. That's not my ministry. I can't do it, right?
Okay.
I know how to put pieces together. I know how to pull for somebody else and say, girl, you should do this. But I personally don't want a clothing line. Okay. But I would like to be a brand ambassador for a clothing line.
I can see
would
that.
Be great. Yeah, that's more my demographic. I need to stick to. I cannot sketch. I don't have the thoughts to do so. So yeah.
I can definitely see that. So when it comes to your personal life outside of business, would you say you have a balance with that? Or do you find it, because, you know, being an entrepreneur, it's like a 24/7 thing. Do you find people that they're okay with your schedule, or do you feel like sometimes it's a conflict of interest?
It's balanced, but it's a conflict of interest sometimes, because I think people see me on social media like, oh, she's kicking it, she's traveling, she's going out to eat, and they want my attention as far as with business. And it's like, Saturday through Monday, that's my time to myself, right? So I would prefer you not to message me, call me, email me about brows. Your face is not going to fall off, I promise you, right? So allow me to enjoy myself. Allow me to have some me time. And I think people don't understand that just because you see me on social media having fun or traveling, I'm not available. I'm not available, and I'm not going to keep answering your DMs and calls during outside of business hours. I've had people text me at 8 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 1 o'clock in the morning about booking appointments. And I don't reply.
And expect for me to
reply. It's like, allow me to have some me time. So,
no, you're a robot.
No, I'm not. That's what they don't know. I'm not a robot. Give me some time to myself. So I think that people just need to respect that. Not just for me, but any entrepreneur. Like, we have our time with our family. You have a son. Like, you want family. You have a husband. You want family time.
They don't care. I'm telling you, people, same thing. Text, call, you know. And I feel like just like any other business, they have policies and procedures put in place.
Yes.
But for some reason, when we have that,
it's a problem.
They say they want us to be professional, right? And so being professional is having those things in place.
Yes.
But when we follow them,
they have a problem with
it. Upset.
Yeah.
So, you know, you'll say, hey, if you cancel in 24 hours, you lose the deposit, or you're going to be charged half. And then if it actually happens, it's like, you charged me?
They hate that.
And it's like, yeah, like, what do you mean?
You didn't show up. It's going to be charged.
But what's the difference between us and you going to the doctor and canceling and having to pay $75?
You know what it is? They know us personally. Well, they feel like they know it's personal.
Because of social media.
Okay. So they feel like those requirements should not be, you know, for them. No, it's just absolutely I run a business at the end of the day. So, for example, if you're upset about not coming, right? You didn't come to an appointment and I charge your card for a no-show. That is an appointment that someone could have taken and I couldn't gotten paid from. You wasted my time, an hour and a half of my time, and don't think I'm supposed to get paid from it? Absolutely not.
Do you feel like clients that you've had for years, if something like that happened with them, they'll say, well, Summer, I've been coming to you for 5 years.
Now I've had that happen. Okay. They'll say, I've been coming to you for 5 years, which I understand. But if I go to Louis Vuitton and I've been shopping with them for 10 years and something happened, their policy is their policy.
Right.
If I bought something from Louis Vuitton and I've gone over my 30 or 60-day return policy, I can't come back in then 3 months and say, hey, this broke, I want to get a refund. They can be like, our policy is what it is.
Yeah.
It's the same thing with my business. My business and my policy is what it is. Stick to what I said. Call during business hours. Book your appointment online. Do not continue texting me back and forth about appointments. Do not text me if you don't show up. I'm sticking to what my policy is. And you have to respect it. I think it's fair.
But when you do that, they're upset. They want to leave a negative review. They want to do all these things. And I feel like what I had to learn in business is that we don't know who's walking through the door.
Yes.
So we are dealing with all type of people, different personalities,
spirits.
And so I had to realize, I remember when I got my first bad review when I started my business, and I was just like, wait a minute, what? Like, you tipped me, this is when I was doing microblading. I'm like, you tipped me $50 and you loved your brows and you had a botched job that I went over.
Oh, you did a cover up.
Yeah.
Okay.
And really, I shouldn't have been doing no cover up as like a new artist, but I went over it. But I explained to her prior to that when they get them long tails, I can't
take that down.
Do anything. So when we did it initially, she liked it, but then it was nothing that I could do for that one brow or whatever the other artist did. Right. That's why I don't even do correction right now. Your brows have to be completely faded out.
I understand.
Because working on top of other people's work, it's just not going to be good unless it's like faded out and you can create a new brow.
Yes.
And I was just like, oh my God, you know, like this
So
was
what
crazy.
did she say in the review?
She was just like, oh, she texted me like 10 days later, maybe 15 days later. And she was like, you know, I had my girlfriend remove them because I didn't like them because of the tail or whatever was happening, right? And she was like, I didn't like them, so I had my girlfriend remove it. And I was just like 15 or 10 days
You're
later,
not even healed.
Yeah. And she was just like, yeah, so can I get like my money back?
Absolutely.
And I was like, that was like 2 hours. And, you know, if she would have hit me prior to, I'm easy to work with.
You would have given her money back.
I would have gave her money back.
Oh, you better than me.
You know?
I would not have.
So it's like, if you communicate with me, but to just like, I feel like when people are talking to you, it's more like a demand.
Okay.
So it was just like she was demanding it from me. And I'm like, no. Because now, like, how you coming at me, I don't have an option because you're hitting me 15 days later or 10 days later. And then now you're like, you want the money for it because you went to one of your girlfriends the third day and got it removed because you didn't like it.
I love that about you, that you are willing to be open enough to give the money back or try to be. Me personally, 15 days later, you're not fully healed, number one. Number two is I did a cover up from someone else's work. So it's the same thing as dentists, for example. Dentists in the U.S. hate doing like their cover up, basically, meaning fixing someone's work from someone that got their teeth done in Mexico, for example. I can only do but so much on a cover up because you still have existing work. The reason why I would not have given her money back is because I still did the work. I still took 2 hours of my day and my schedule to do your brows. When you left, you agreed to them. I gave you the healing time, the policy, and you gonna call me back 15 days after. Then you had them already touched by somebody else. Girl, no.
And so she put, I don't care if it was 10,000 days. I hated my brows. And she posted like her brows or whatever. And so I posted what her brows looked like
before. Yes. Yes. That's the reason why we had to take those before. They look a fool.
Baby.
No.
That debungled that, right? But what I'm saying is I realized that I'm okay with positive and negative because I'm not going to satisfy everybody.
Right.
And everybody is not going to be a client of mine. Right. So I feel like that's one thing entrepreneurs have to understand.
It's hard.
You're not going to make everybody happy. You're not going to please everybody. So I just take the good with the bad.
Right.
So when I had called them, like, how do I get this off? You know, and the lady at Yelp was like, welcome to becoming successful.
You can't get it out.
It comes with it. Like, you know, she said, if you look at any business, they're going to have a negative review. She said, because you cannot
please
satisfy
everybody
and please everybody.
You can't.
So she was like, when people just have like 5-star and stuff like that, she's like, whoa, you know, because if you've been in business for a very, very long time, people will get upset at you.
Yeah.
It's just a part of it. So I learned to deal with things just like, okay, everybody not my
I love
person.
that. Yeah, I'm not your cup of tea.
I'm not your cup of tea.
And that's fine.
You know what I mean?
And that's fine.
And then where do you feel like the beauty industry is now? Do you feel like we are constantly evolving, or do you feel like we are taking steps back with the birth of the salon suites and coming from not having a traditional salon? You see all these videos on TikTok and Instagram about people complaining about hairstylists and complaining about all these things. Where do you see the industry going?
I feel like it's evolving, yes, as far as people open up salon suites. They like to be in their own space. But I feel like we are kind of missing the community of open salon spaces, only because if we're in a salon and it's open, we can kind of learn from each other, right? It's something that you can do that I'm not so good at. So I'm like, girl, help me with this. With the salon suite, you're by yourself. So if you mess up, even as a hairstylist, if you mess up the color, if you don't have a product, you're by yourself. You have to try to fix everything on your own instead of having kind of like a family unit that you can go next door and say, hey, girl, I done messed this color up. Can you come over and help me? I think that's what we're missing. But community, I don't know, like the beauty industry is so fickle right now. It's so many people that's quitting.
It is.
A lot of people.
Back to, regular jobs. Or it's so many people pivoting. And I was just like, wow. But I do believe that you have seasons in your life.
Absolutely.
Where you feel like, okay, maybe I'm supposed to be doing something else. So I feel like that's happening too. Yeah. I feel like the economy is definitely playing a role, and people act like it's not.
The economy is a thing.
300,000 Black women are out of a job.
Lost their jobs.
In the last 2 or 3 months. That affects us.
And you know what? I was just about to say that affects us because if a client of ours loses her job, we're going to be the first person to get cut, right? No one needs to pay $500-$600 for eyebrows, right? It's not a necessity. We're more of a luxury service, right? Which we appreciate our clients that's able to afford us. But we also understand that once the economy is playing and you lose your job or things are getting tight, I understand why you aren't able to come to me as much as I would like you to. So we kind of have to fluctuate. I know a lot of people say, oh, well, you need to lower your prices and this and other. I can only lower my prices but so low. Right? Because I still have product to buy. I still have time that I'm spending doing the actual service. So it's only so much wiggle room that I have.
You have a tattoo permit.
I have that we have to pay.
You have insurance that you have to pay. You have overhead.
People don't understand that.
You have expenses. Yeah. I feel like people look at the price point and say, oh, okay, she got that. And it's like, yeah, profit and loss. We have expenses. Yes. So even though you can charge $500 to $700 for a tattoo, we still have things that we have to spend that money on. We're not just collecting that money.
And that's what people think. You know, it's something that kind of bothers me. And I don't know if I know you've had it, but if it bothers you also, I don't like when clients come to me and while I'm doing their service, how many more people do you have today? Right? In their head, they're saying, I'm paying her $500-$600 for this hour and a half. And how many you say you have? You have 4 more? This lady did that to me. I was like, oh, girl, you making bank. Like, I need to do what you're doing. I don't come to your job and ask you how many emails you got to send out, or I don't think it's fair. Do you feel like
that's a Black thing?
It's a Black thing.
Because we see other brow artists of other races
that is in Rolls Royces, $1 million homes, Hermes bags. They are living a beautiful life. Yeah. A beautiful life. But when they show their success, then they like, oh, girl, I want to get that, this and other. When we show ours, which is not even close to there. Oh, she thinks she all that. Yep. She cocky. She showing out. She's so materialistic. Yes. And it's like, I work. Yeah. You're not giving me anything. Yeah. We're exchanging up. You're paying for a service. You're not just giving me $500-$600 to do a service. You know, it's not fair. So I think people feel when they see the fruits of your labor, they see you personally, they like, she drive what? Yeah. She live in what kind of house? Yeah. I ain't gonna be giving her money. I had someone tell one of my guy friends, the girl said, I wanted to take a brow class. He's like, oh, my girlfriend does it, my homegirl does it, and she was like, I ain't about to give her no more money to buy no shoes. Oh. Girl.
She said, with that class, you was about to go shopping.
Girl, what? You think your one brow class gonna do? Girl,
they
you know how many expenses I have?
They think they really, and I think that's what's the crazy part is that you think this one service is sponsoring my whole life. But and they it's really not. Think they like do. That. And I'm they like, do. It's actually not. And I think what people don't consider is that one week we could be booked and busy, and next week I can do 2 people.
Absolutely. That's what they don't know.
So we get cancellations.
All the time.
All kind of stuff come up. You know what I mean? You can get sick. We don't get PTO. Different things happen.
And our health insurance is not like working for a corporate. We have to pay our own health insurance. It's not like working for a corporation. Yeah. So it's complete. We can go 4 or 5 days with zero money because we only eat what we kill. Yeah. We only get money once we do the actual service. Right. You all can go to work for 8 hours. You're still, whether you do the job or not, you're still going to get paid. Yeah. We don't do that. We don't have that benefit. So I think people need to look at us like that. Like, have some type of grace.
Yeah.
You know, we
have grace for them.
We have grace for y'all.
I have grace, you know, I've always accepted clients' kids. From the very beginning, because I would make sure to time people to where this time is our time together. So your child can be there because it's not a room full of people. Yes. Right?
I love that.
Where, you know, some people, they're like, oh, when I work with other people, I got to get a sitter. And it's like, dang, you got to get a sitter just to get your brows done or whatever. So I always try to accommodate them.
I love that.
In that way.
I love that.
Right? So I feel like you always trying to please your clients. You always trying to think of ways to help them. But you can't help them so much to where it affects your bottom line.
I agree.
And yourself.
I agree.
And self-care, because I tell people, if we're not good, we're not going to be good to anybody. So I feel like even as an artist, you know, you still want to get your hair done. You want to still get your lashes done. We are human. We want to travel too. You know, we want to do things, and I just feel like back in the day, all you saw was people just working.
Yeah.
Where now people are like, hey, I'm in a relationship. Hey, I have kids. I want to spend time with my kids too.
Absolutely.
So, you know, people are like, why are you not working on Saturday? It's like, I have a son.
And I want to spend time with my baby.
And I want to spend time with my son and my husband.
And I want to catch those life-changing events in his life. Yeah. So excuse me for having a life.
And that's why I have my own business. So I can choose the days and the hours.
Come on now.
Clock that. So I tell people, you know, and for me, my busy days are weekdays. I feel like my clients, they want to be ready before the weekend.
The weekend, yeah.
So with me, it works.
I love that.
You know?
I love it.
And I feel like we got to do what works with us.
That's good.
Now, I always tell people, we're going to go into dropping gems with Gigi.
Okay.
And this is where I ask you, what are 3 things that, advice that you would give to someone who wants to be an entrepreneur?
I really think structure, right? I at first started a little all over the place. So I didn't really know what area I wanted to really focus on. So I feel like if you have structure, as far as like, let me step back and say, this is exactly what I want to specialize in. Me right now, I'm only specializing in brows, right? I had previously done hair and previously done lashes. I don't enjoy that anymore. And that's not what I'm doing. So structure is one thing. 2, what people don't know is, as an entrepreneur, you have to look at your back office. We talk about that all the time. When I first started, I did not know. I really thought however much I made was all my money. Right? I'm like, I ain't thinking about taxes until I did my taxes. Like, and they said, how much I owe? I couldn't believe it. Yeah. So you have to structure your business that all of this money is not your money. Yeah. So think about paying your taxes. I don't know, some people do quarterly.
I do quarterly.
Yeah, but don't do annually. At the end of the year, it's one whole thing. Oh, baby, the tax bill is no game.
Baby, that thing gonna say 30,000.
Yeah, the tax bill is no game. So I think that we need to really have like seminar or business, you know, structure classes to teach people that, because I had no idea. I was, you know, working and figuring out as I go. So those 2 are, I think, major. And time management. Time management is big. Me personally, I schedule my clients every hour and a half, but I still have a 45-minute break sometimes in between to just give myself a breather. I don't like when artists schedule people back to back to back and you're not even finished one person and your other person is coming and sitting for 45 minutes until you're done.
I don't do that.
I don't think that's fair. Yeah. I don't think that's fair for your schedule or your clients. So just work on time management. Yeah, and being just productive in that time.
Good.
Yeah.
Now, are you faith-based as well?
Yeah, absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
I just feel like as an entrepreneur, you have to have a relationship with God.
You do.
Because it's so unpredictable.
It is.
It's so unpredictable.
It
you know?
is.
And I tell people, like, you got to do different things to keep going. And for me, it's just like prayer and having faith. Ooh. Because I'm like, without those things, I wouldn't be able to do the things that we're doing.
You are absolutely right. I have a book that I read called Praying Through It by my pastor, William Murphy. And it's like a daily devotional. I read it every day. And I've actually posted a clip today. But I feel like sometimes it's just like, I don't feel like it. I don't feel like I'm drained. Spirits are, at me. So I really pray like, God, please give me the guidance to go in here and do my clients, bring peace over me. You have to. Because if not, you get so frustrated, you get burnt out. Yeah. So I stay in prayer, baby. I stay on my knees. Lord, thank you.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay, 'cause it's the God in me. So you guys, that will wrap up Behind the Beauty episode with A Perfect Summer.
Hey.
You guys, make sure you like, share, and subscribe this video. Oh, wait. Where can we find you at Summer? All your social media handles.
Okay, my social media, everything all the way across the board is A Perfect Summer. So my Instagram.
And her real name is Summer.
My real name is Summer. So my Instagram is instagram.com/A Perfect Summer. My TikTok is A Perfect Summer. My Facebook is under Perfect Summer or Summer Rain.
And how can they purchase your products?
You can go to aperfectsummer.net. All my products, my velvet oil, everything is on the site.
All right, guys. And
Thank
that's
you.
a wrap for this episode with Summer. Peace.